A quick note on today's episode. You'll notice the audio quality is not as good as it usually is, but the podcast itself is fantastic, and we think you're going to enjoy it regardless of technical difficulties. Enjoy the show. Hey folks, do you want to see Apocalypse Soon live? July 15th, 10 p.m., The Dynasty Typewriter. Apocalypse Soon live with me, Kevin Tinkin, and Eddie Pepitone with a couple of special guests. Also at eddiepepitone.com, you can see all of his stand-up dates and buy tickets. He's on the road now. Go over to YouTube and subscribe. And if you want more Apocalypse Soon, go to patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone for exclusive stand-up clips and the video of this podcast the day it comes out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Apocalypse Soon. And now get pumped up, get excited. Here he is. He's alive. He's ready to go. He's pissed. It's Eddie Pepitone.
I am an Italian alien. Would you like some Parmesan with your enslavement? What is that white Parmesan with my enslavement? Well, I am a machine from another galaxy. Hey, everybody, it's Eddie Pepitone. I just wanted to start the Italian alien for Max, our viewer/listener who says the Italian alien bothers him. And that's why I throw it in every week to go after Max. Hey, everybody, we're here with Stenven Feinartz. He's joining me and Kevin Tinkin.
Hello. Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's good to see Steve. Steve, let's just jump right into Steve's life because a lot of people listen to this podcast to find out about Steve. Steve, what happened? Steve, we text a lot. Yeah. Steve texted me. He was on the tarmac in a plane trying to get home from Chicago. His dad just had a 70th birthday party.
That's right.
Right? Was it nice, the party?
The party was great. Yeah, it was great. We had a nice little get together, and then I was there for a little bit less than a week, and then I came back and sat on a tarmac at O'Hare Airport for about 3.5 hours.
Oh, God.
American Airlines, yeah.
One plane
For
3.5 hours.
Yeah, they said it was a hydraulic issue, which is never a good sign. So,
I get so mad, by the way. I get like, you're fucking kidding me.
Yeah. I was really losing my mind, but I was also perfectly in the window seat, so I was trapped. I couldn't get up, and people were losing their minds. We had one woman had a psychotic break. It was a fun afternoon.
Now, when you have a psychotic break, okay, and I get that woman who had a psychotic break, and I applaud her. I applaud her because she is obviously the woman who had a psychotic break. And if she's listening, hello, darling. What you did was normal. If people are telling you that you're fucked up for having a psychotic break, on what airline?
American Airlines.
On an American airline flight.
She kept saying that she was Richard Nixon.
Oh, wow.
Well, did she? No. What did her break? What did she do? What form did I serve?
It was just screaming and yelling.
That's right up my alley.
And then they put her in a wheelchair after.
Come here. Get in the fucking wheelchair, ma'am.
Yeah.
Folks, we're back. Oh, this does sound better.
Told you.
Do you have mine now?
Oh, yeah, but I'm going to get in it.
Yours sounds good.
During the break, we talked about Matthew Broderick killing somebody in a car accident.
That was in the hills of Ireland.
Yes.
In real life?
Oh, you never heard of that?
No.
Something about a lorry. Those people are always talking about lorries. I'm like, which lorry? Is it Hugh Laurie?
Hugh Laurie?
Hugh Laurie? Thank you. I couldn't think of a lorry. You know?
I kept
Laurie
thinking
Anderson.
Laurie, thank you.
Poet laureate? That's the only thing I got.
That's not bad.
I'll keep it down over here.
But a lorry, which is what they call trucks, I believe.
Okay.
And that had to do with the accident. He wasn't drunk.
I don't know. This is all alleged. We don't want to get sued. The podcast is already having financial issues, so
Yeah, we don't want Broderick's legal team.
No, we don't.
Right?
You guys can't handle that.
I'm down. I think all press is good press. You know what I mean? I think we should start,
just going after big people.
It's not a bad idea. Vulture would love that.
Yeah.
Hey, can I pitch a short film? I don't think I did this last week. Tell me if I did. This is apropos of nothing. Welcome everybody to Apocalypse Soon.
Wait a second. Is this the one where you get into a car accident?
Yeah.
You did. I heard this on the podcast.
What did I say?
About it? It starts with you getting in
Yeah.
a car accident, and then you're losing your mind.
Yeah.
You did that on the set.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Ah, you're mixing genres.
That is Eddie's hot tub set that I saw.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right, yeah.
So here's the short film pitch. I got into a horrific car accident. Speaking of Matt Broderick, whose car struck and killed somebody, and he was acquitted. So, and obviously he's not in jail, and I don't think he ever did any jail time. He just went on to do some bad movies, and
That was the crime. The punishment.
and a lot of Broadway stuff. And I thought he sucked. Matt, again, please don't come after me. We're already having difficulty with Patreon members. Matthew. I saw him in fucking The Producers with Nathan Lane on Broadway.
Yep.
Oh, you did?
You didn't like it?
Broderick was not good. He played the Gene Wilder character,
Yes.
and man, he just couldn't hold Nathan Lane's jock. Whereas Gene Wilder
Oh, the best.
and Zero Mostel in the original was amazing.
Yeah.
And Wilder was just like, man, he is. I feel like Wilder, by the way, is an unheralded fucking genius because he was the genius behind Young Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yes.
Incredible. Yeah. I mean, he passed away not that long ago, or maybe like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah, no, he passed away. Yeah, a few years ago.
Yeah. But he didn't get his due. I feel like you're right. Yeah.
I guess he had a good life though because I saw Alec Baldwin, that miscreant. No, I don't know if anybody's heard about Baldwin and Rust, the movie Rust.
I heard they're finishing it.
What happened
They're actually
there?
finishing it. It's going to come out at some point. They actually are.
You know why? And this is so Hollywood. They know that everyone is going to go see that for that element
Absolutely.
of the director getting shot and killed.
People are going to go see it. They're going to want to watch that scene.
Mhm.
You know?
Mhm.
Here's the scene at 48 minutes.
That must be cut. I can't believe they are finishing that.
Yeah.
That's
They're
wild.
doing it. They're doing it because the producers put all this money into it and they need a return.
They need it!
Because this
Hey,
business is
look, I could hear the producers going, Al! Yeah, I know someone died, but you know what else is dying? My fucking bank account.
You know what I saw? I saw something on YouTube yesterday that said 2023 is the lowest profiting year in Hollywood since 1981.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah, that's to adjust for inflation because of so many flops. There's just been flop after flop
You're
after
talking about
flop.
the movie, like the box office?
Box office, yeah.
Now, you're a movie guy, Steve. What do you think of that stat?
Well, they can't be including like 2020 though, right? Because
We're talking... Well,
They're talking about the movie industry in general.
2020, they had so much streaming.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm surprised actually because Avatar was the biggest movie of all. The new one was like the biggest of all time. I think.
No, the new one?
First or second? Yeah, of all time.
I think it has to do with the fact that the budgets for a lot of these Marvel movies and the Disney side projects for Disney Plus cost so much money and made so little.
Yeah, and people don't talk about the amount of money they spend on marketing and advertising for these movies. They say it's sometimes double or the same amount they spend on the budget of the actual film. So maybe they're
God damn it! This is why everything blows.
But then also, you know, these studios are loaded. They're owned by massive corporations that can write off some of these losses. So who gives a fuck?
Well,
at the
let's-
same time, you know, it's like who cares? We're talking about the studios losing money. Meanwhile, the WGA strike, week 5 right now, and these people just want to be paid a living wage. You know what I mean?
Well, what's wild to me is the fact that it's just, I mean, when it comes down to like the amount of consumers that are wanting to take in things that are being produced right now is just low. It's just lower than it has been.
Well, I think, and I was thinking about this, and, you know, I'm someone who thinks, you know, I think in my off time. I'm thinking I'm thinking all the time. I'm thinking right now, even as I'm talking about thinking, I am thinking other thoughts.
Wow.
Right now.
Well, you're a multitasker.
I'm just a schizophrenic, I believe is the word. Functioning. I'm a functioning, many-personalitied fella.
Yes.
And I like to use fire. By the way, can we bring back the word chubby? I am tired of being called a fat fuck. Can we bring back... No, I mean it. I'm making a plea to people out there. Can we stop with the fat fuck and just, hey, chubby or jocular? Well, I can deal with jocular.
They used to say chubby chaser was a big thing. Women really like...
That still is a thing.
Same, vice versa.
Because they can't call it fat fuck chaser. That just is ridiculous.
That's right.
So you really... You didn't address what I said.
No.
You addressed another thing that actually benefits me.
And I was thinking too, like you're always thinking, Eddie, that my mind went to Chubby Checker, and then
Chubby Checker, by the way, I don't know much about his personal life. I'm sure it was horrific, as all these people's lives are, and I hope the Checker legal team doesn't come after me. The Checker legal team.
Well, you know he was insane because he couldn't let go of the twist. He did that. He kept doing the twist over and over.
Yeah.
Different versions of the twist.
And he only saw movies with the twist. Do you remember that? Chubby Checker only saw movies with the twist. I'm talking about like things like
Twister.
That's too on the nose. I'm talking about like the movie
Sixth Sense.
Well,
Sixth Sense.
Shyamalan got in a lot of deep water because they say he took the idea from Chubby Checker.
That's right. Shyamalan and Checker.
Yeah.
Shyamalan and Checker's team, the Checker estate, which by the way is now called Checkmate because
Chubby Checker I think is alive, by the way.
Is he?
You're kidding.
So
can you Google that out?
He's not alive. He's maybe recently passed, but I do think he was alive up until.
I always like to.
Let's see. Alex is going to Google Chubby Checker.
Anytime I watch M. Night Shyamalan,
oh, look at Chubby.
I always play that song.
He looks pretty good. Now, how old? What happened here?
He's currently 81.
There you go.
Wow. Now, why does he have an exclamation point there? Read that.
That's just the thing at the top of the Wikipedia page.
Oh, that please donate?
The biography of a living person needs additional citations for verification.
No, that's what it means. And he shouldn't have that. I usually have that. By the way, my Wikipedia got more like involved. Was that you?
No.
Okay, my Wikipedia someone like updated. Maybe my manager. Maybe
wow. That's great.
That's great.
Yeah, I occasionally, and I don't know if anybody does this out there, is I occasionally look up myself on the internet because there's a great God-sized hole in me.
That's right. That's right.
Do you ever look up your name and then allegations?
No, I don't want to do that. I don't think I've had any, but I'd rather not fucking find out.
Yeah.
Eddie Pepitone conspiracy? That could be good. You never know.
Whenever I'm working on something, I always look and I'm casting something. It's always good to check allegations.
Absolutely.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah. I do.
I
If it's something that I'm actually, really involved in, have money in or something like that, it's good to check.
So, Checker. By the way, what is that movie I'm trying to think of where, and this is a spoiler alert, but it was with, I think it was Harrison Ford, where his wife turns out to be the murderer. And it was a real good thriller.
Isn't it The Fugitive? Oh, no.
That was the One-Armed Man.
The One-Armed Man, yeah. The wife being the murderer. I don't know. Was it Frantic? No.
It did have
Lies
like...
Beneath with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Isn't it?
Great movie.
Well, is it What Lies Beneath?
I think he's right, yeah.
Former...
No!
Okay.
Oh, I know. Go ahead, let me hear
Let
it.
me see.
Let me hear it.
Claire Spencer and her husband Norman, an accomplished scientist and professor, live a quiet life at their lakeside home in Vermont. The relationship is strained, particularly after Claire's daughter leaves college. Claire notices that their new neighbors, Mary and Warren, have a volatile relationship. After Mary is unseen for several days, suspects Warren may have killed her. If I remember this film correctly, Harrison Ford was banging one of his college students who disappeared, and then it turns out she was...
By the way, folks, and I'm glad, Alex read that, because by the way, I want to talk to the professors out there for 1 second. I want to talk to university professors. If you're going to bang your students and you're married, please do not follow the script of what lies beneath.
Yes.
Because it all is, and all our lives, and I've been watching a lot of Netflix stuff lately,
Oh, wow.
true crime stuff. Cheating and extramarital stuff is something that, though fun and though extremely gratifying sexually,
Well, likely ends in bloodshed.
likely
Yep.
ends in just horrific legal ramifications,
Right.
and possibly the grave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks
Or
for
worse.
returning back to Warning Professors with Eddie Pepitone.
Hello, today we're warning the professors of UC California Davis. UC Davis up in Northern California. And I'd like to talk to specifically English Lit Chairman Professor Rob Stevens, who was a late bloomer. He wears a lot of tweed, smokes a pipe, tobacco only, and he is a very, he's an expert on George Saunders.
Is he the son of Bob Stevens? Is this Bob, your other character that I've heard before?
No. Anyway, I just want to say this. Please, Mr. Stevens, be careful. We know you're banging the entire English Lit class. That one ran out of steam, as a lot of them do. Maybe this podcast should be called Running Out of Steam.
Well, Todd Glass has the thing like run from the bit.
Yeah.
Run from the bit. That's
Really?
where we go.
Anyway, we were on a good riff.
Yeah.
Todd Glass, I enjoy him, but he's not here. I love Todd. I've had some of my best podcast appearances on his fucking podcast.
Yeah. Oh my
It's a
God,
freedom
so
fest
good.
on that thing.
The what?
It's a freedom fest on
Yeah.
that show where it's just like you feel so loose. and
Yeah.
like-
He just wants to set you up to your bits the whole time. That's the fun of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You and Adomian and Rory Scovel. Those
Yes.
are always the most fun.
Absolutely.
I've got to listen to the Scoville ones. I've heard of Domian, and he's a bit of a one-trick pony with the I'm kidding. He's the most talented guy ever, James Adomian.
He's amazing.
What's he doing now?
I don't know, actually. He's working, he's doing voices on a million shows. I know that.
Yeah, but everything is paused now, yeah? Because of the writer's strike?
Well, animation is a different union. It's called TAG, and the writers in that union are
TAG?
Yeah.
I thought it was called IATSE.
No, not the...
Oh, no, that's a game. That's a board game. I've got IATSE!
Well, it might be...
Great! I won't kill the whole family now because I got laid off from the plant. How can a plant lay you off? They just grow. No, honey. It's the plant that I used to work at, the slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse? Why wouldn't you want to get laid off there? Honey, don't start making fun of Daddy. Okay.
He's got dice with his children's names on it and a little thing. Shakes it up and goes, all right, let's see who's sticking around.
Have you guys thought about doing an episode of the show from the picket line? That would be fun.
Ooh, I would love to do that. That could be fun.
That would be fun. Yeah, let's go out and let's see if this happens, because I have noticed a lot of times I say, let's do this thing,
Well,
and then I don't do it.
All you need, right, is your lav mics, and then maybe you bring a little extra Zoom thing. And
Yeah.
then you just
Oh, I got
Oh, we know that. It's just,
So,
that means I have
actually
to
going-
get the fuck up and I have to go to this place?
Well, you live in North Hollywood, so what's the closest?
Disney.
Yeah, Disney. There you go. And I know you have problems with Disney.
Fuck.
I have a lot of problems with Disney.
I really think
I have a
that
lot of problems with everyone, I realize.
I really think we should start banking on that fact specifically. All the problems you have with people. I think we got to start some beefs on here
Yeah.
and really get after it. And I'll make the
I'm
clips.
going to go after Bert Kreischer.
Yes.
That would be a good one. He would probably come out.
By the way, he's got a movie out.
The Machine, yeah.
And did you see it
I
yet?
haven't seen it yet, but the story that he's told that he's been telling that for years.
What is it?
really funny. I don't want to.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, anyway, go see the
He gets
Machine.
involved with these Russian mobsters. And
Okay, go
Yeah.
see The Machine. And I'm not talking about Kreischer's movie. I'm talking about there is a machine that is going to dominate. By the way, I know I'm going all over the fucking place, but go see rent What Lies Beneath.
Yes.
Speaking of machines, what are our thoughts
Yes.
on AI?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
What are we thinking?
I think. What?
I want to know what you're talking about the destruction.
Well,
That's a good director,
Yeah.
by the way.
Well-
that's a good director.
I have a friend who lives in North Carolina, and this is not to brag that I have people all over the country, you know, as Sterling has been pleading with people on Facebook to check out this AI thing. Don't be like the past generation that we made fun of, like, you know, people who are older and they didn't want to get into the computer. They're like, fuck it, I don't want to do the computer. He says, that's what you'll be if you don't check out and explore AI. So I am so suggestible, but I thought he made sense. I went last night. I know you've played around with AI, Steve. I don't know if you have.
I've played a lot with it. Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, specifically with your stuff. Yeah, I'm working on some clips.
Porn. We're talking about porn. AI porn.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
future.
Do they do that? I bet they do that.
Oh, I'm sure that's going to happen for sure.
Hello. Imagine if it was really rudimentary like this, but they were machines. And it was like, hello, did you order a pizza? And you're like watching it, trying to jerk off, and you go, same shit.
Oh my god.
Honey, I don't
It's
know
the
if I
same-
have enough to pay for this. Is there another thing I
No,
can do?
she would have to sound like a machine.
Oh, that's what I kind of like my
Yeah, it's like a
That's
feminine
true.
machine.
It's
Yeah.
a little bit feminine machine.
Look, the feminine machines I know they do not speak like
Don't
that.
get him started.
Yeah.
But the thing with AI now they're saying is that it could cause the destruction of civilization.
And this was the big thing yesterday where I read this in the Times. And again, I don't want to brag the New York Times that I read that mediocre corporate rag, which, by the way, I decided this about the New York Times. It's the best of the worst. So I subscribe to it. But it was really interesting to read that I believe it's most of the big tech guys signed an agreement that AI should be I know Steve knows this, I know you don't. That no, I do, because Kevin doesn't, day to day, Kevin lives by his wits.
That's right.
He doesn't
has a
read.
family.
He has a family. He doesn't have time, to do due diligence.
Yeah.
The thought spiral.
I'm great at yes anding though. I'll figure out the details as I go along.
I'll figure it out. But
keep
anyway,
riffing.
no, you get it. You get it like this.
In the moment. You're in the moment.
Yeah.
He's in the moment. Anyway, they have signed, the big tech guys have signed an agreement saying this has to be monitored like nuclear weapons
Really?
because it will lead, and this is what got me. I was like, holy shit, they're going right there, to the extinction of the human race.
Yes.
How so, by the way?
Well,
How so?
There's two things that I read that are the scariest.
Let's hear it.
One of them is bio warfare. They believe that
my
other countries, it's already in the hands of certain countries that
Oh my
that it's going to
God.
create a clear path for some serious bio warfare issues.
Bio warfare?
Bio warfare, yeah. So there are things that I guess you can put in there that will basically show you how to destroy civilization.
Oh yeah.
And kind of leave it up to people, rogue military people to kind of take matter into their own hands.
Yeah.
Also, they did a thing yesterday. They talked about, the Pentagon put out a statement about how there was some sort of an override in the Air Force. They had the AI sort of basically. I'm paraphrasing this, but figuring out a way to.
We're in the ballpark of the troops.
Look this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Look this up. But it basically, AI can override the military and then disable everything
Yes.
that we are doing currently.
You can set AI to task just about anything.
Well, I went on, because of my friend, saying, look, you gotta explore this. It's fucking wild. And he also said, which already scared me, all of it now, before, and I still do this bit, and it's where I go on stage, I say, I welcome the singularity. Because I'll make robots my fucking bitch. I'll be fucking robots. They'll be blowing me. You know why? Because I understand how to wire these fuckers. But now,
pretty close to real now. Honestly, it's in like 3 or 4 months. They said
Yeah.
so much has happened that it's like
It's exponentially increasing
Yeah.
every day.
yeah. The
Yeah,
ChatGPT 4, I think, is what it is now. Is to the point where it's
What is it?
beyond human comprehension. It's not,
What do you mean?
We can't. It's way beyond what we're able to do. Like our intelligence, human intelligence. Everything is basically like 10 times more intelligent than ChatGPT 3. So it's becoming way more intelligent.
And it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, and it's unregulated. That's the thing. In other countries, in China,
Yeah.
and Iran, and all certain places that have access to it, even Israel, people that are they're using it. Who knows if they're going to use it for good or if they're going to use it to just to destroy populations or
How are they gonna-
control their populations. As the world gets scarier and scarier, they're going to use it.
How do you control your... Now, I still want to know, like, kind of, like, and we don't have to have exact facts, but, like, what is the logic? How does AI control a population?
There's probably one thing would be controlling communication in a lot of the countries. Maybe limiting sort of the internet in certain ways that you only get fed certain things that
Yeah.
AI wants you to see, but doing it in a way that is impossible to stop. I think now there's ways to break through, like with Radio Free Europe. You can get to people through radio signals, but there might be ways to stop that through AI. There are ways to stop the sort of frequencies and things like that.
Yeah. It's all, I mean, you can have it right programmed. So, for example, you could say, search all of the internet for any person that names Eddie Pepitone. Anybody that says this.
Can you really do that?
It's able to make programs. So you can essentially task it to write a program to do essentially whatever you want. But if the synergy between the search ability of the internet and writing a program to take those results and do something with them, so you can essentially they can build on top of build until you take these people, you figure out this, and then do X, Y, and Z, or limit their availability to do something because it's so smart that it can, like Steve is saying, it could hack into anything basically.
And it's become the thing that to avoid is the generative AI is the scariest thing, not the one. So like even if you look at Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop now that everybody has, you can do a thing now where you can just fill it. You can fill the screen with something based off of an image, and it can just create an entire world based off of what you just typed in there. And all that is going to be, I don't know how they're going to use it in other ways.
What does that say that again? This stuff is wild.
Yeah.
Because this stuff is truly science fiction-y.
Yeah.
It's
happening with video already. They're
what?
Like they're you can type in what you want it to look like, what you want the scene to be in a film, and it will literally start to build out video for what.
Yes.
I mean, it's not perfect yet, but it's getting better and better and better.
So this will eliminate, and this is what partly the writers are talking about now, is that I think though we can beat the machines if we task them to write an episode of According to Jim. I think we could depress. Yeah. We could depress these machines because if they have such innate intelligence, if they had to write an episode of, let's say,
The Mindy Project.
Now we're cooking.
Right, that's an older show, but yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just any sitcom.
Alex, can you look up Paul Thomas, or the beer commercial too? The Paul Thomas Anderson Batman thing is the one I saw.
What's going on there?
So somebody made a trailer as if Paul Thomas Anderson directed Batman. And it's all over. I'm not sure. It doesn't have to be Batman, but it's. What? Thank you so much. Yes.
Paul Thomas Anderson, PTA. He did Blood. There will be blood.
I will say we did put in ChatGPT do Eddie Pepitone's act, do some jokes of Eddie Pepitone, and they were not very good.
By the way, I did that too last night.
You did?
I said write a joke in Eddie Pepitone style, and it was so funny. It was so bad. It was like, it said something like this, and I'm paraphrasing too. It said, well, when you're born, you're a baby, and then it gets really hard. I mean, it was just some generic, life is hard.
It's not good at comedy yet, that's for sure.
Which is good.
Yeah, so far you got a little time. A little time to...
But watch this, Eddie. AI made this, and it looks so realistic. It's kind of wild.
Our audience will be able to see this, right?
Yeah.
All right. Batman if it was made by Wes Anderson.
Oh, this isn't the one I was thinking of. Oh man.
Why? It's Batman if made by Wes Anderson. It says.
I know, but there's one where it's a slow zoom and the characters, like you see, like the actors moving. It looks so realistic. It's kind of creepy.
Those are cool
Sometimes
images.
there's so many of these.
Yeah, what the hell? That's wild.
Yeah, that's also the thing. There's like so many of everything.
Now we already
right
have
now.
Wes Anderson directs Lord of the Rings.
Oh
Because
yeah.
everybody has access to it. You're gonna see there's so many things on there, like different variations of everything.
Oh, and by the way, the thing that led me into this was the discussion we were having about the reason I thought of AI is that people now, and Hollywood's box office is down. This is my theory. There's so much shit to look at,
Yes.
and AI
Yeah.
is
So much to do.
I mean, there's so much shit.
ChatGPT was like the most downloaded thing. Apparently, the app is like so popular now. It's like everybody's on it.
By the way, they wanted my credit card after a little bit. Should I give them that? Like they wanted a payment thing. Are you paying?
I'm paying for the Dolly one, the one where
What's
the
that?
image one.
You are?
Yeah, but
How much?
it's like $15 for like 120 images or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not paying for ChatGPT. I don't think. I think it's still free for me for some reason. But I don't know.
Are you paying?
I'm paying $20 a month for one of them. I can't remember which one it is. I got it all.
Is it
linked
text or is it image?
on- No, it's image and video.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I need a tutorial on this shit from one of you guys because I really want to get into AI and I want to create havoc out there. I want to create chaos and I
Yeah.
want to go after a couple of comics who've done me wrong.
I love it. See, because we could do AI.
Destroy their careers.
We could get one of those comics and we could do like a surveillance video where it looks as real as possible and they're stuffing like a baby into a knapsack. And
Well,
throwing
that's
up a
the thing.
bridge.
By the way, you're joking about that, I hope.
Bert
But
Kreischer. Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
But one thing they were saying that really could fuck up society was misinformation.
Oh yeah, I didn't even
Yeah.
talk about that. Yeah, misinformation is everything.
It's so easy now
You
to.
talk about the deep fakes, but those are getting so good now. That,
The what?
The deep fakes.
What's that?
That's a video. They're a fake video of somebody. Let's say they could have Joe Biden saying something that he didn't actually say.
Yeah.
Trump or DeSantis, and just putting
Oh.
words in their mouth because they have so many hours of them talking.
And-
It sounds.
And by the way, what is obviously scary about that is that we already live in such a divided, like
Yes.
like a divided, violent society already. That's ready to teeter. With this AI shit,
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah. It's gonna take. Very
So have kids, everybody. Have kids. Keep having those kids.
Here, watch this thing real quick, Eddie. I
Okay,
think
here's an AI.
It
Here's an
blows
AI
my
version
mind.
of Wes Anderson directing Star Wars.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now I want to say something about that. Yeah, it's kind of impressive, but also I see what it was doing. It takes the Wes Anderson format, the way he's done trailers of his movies, and then reshaping it in a Star. So it
Yeah.
isn't that creative.
I think the thing to note is that it's so early right now.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why it's like we're like this is cool, looks great, but like
Mhm.
eventually it's gonna move and the scenes are gonna evolve and it's
Yeah.
yeah
Right.
we're in the
Show
infancy.
me Godfather 7. You could type and then I imagine, I don't know where it's going to go, but that's where I see.
Yeah, I think of this as the beginning of the internet right now. That's
Yeah.
what this is
By
for
the
AI.
way, okay, studios want to replace writers, let's say, with AI. Yeah, but if people can do what we just witnessed, making a trailer themselves, people can make their own movies
Yep.
with this shit.
That's why everybody's banking on YouTube and Google is probably going to, at the end of the day, be the one that benefits the most out of AI. And people are going to watch things like that, and people are going to make.
Yeah, they're already
user-generated-
doing it.
Yeah, user-generated movies. They don't have to pay for the licensing and all that. They can just create things.
Wow.
Yeah. So maybe in a way,
It's wild.
that could be good for creativity in some ways, but on the whole, I think it's going to kill the economy of
Yeah, what are people
like
gonna-
what are writers are going to be out of business, directors, actors. It's going to destroy Hollywood, destroy this whole.
Well, now I got to say this, and I know this won't be a popular opinion, but I am all for destroying Hollywood.
Yeah.
Destroy the studios, but not the
what?
The creatives, the writers and directors,
Right,
and actors who are out here that are like the ones who really
Need it?
Also, why we have an economy in California, in Hollywood, and Los Angeles.
Okay, I hear you on that, but now if AI was used for good, right? Could it actually create jobs?
It'll create different types of jobs.
Yeah.
Prompt generators. That's like the
Yes.
biggest job here.
Oh,
People that know how to type. It's like code, basically.
I know.
Yeah.
So if you can learn
Python code. What the fuck is that?
that's different. I think that I don't know exactly. What it is.
I had a conversation with my son yesterday about it, and I was like, buddy, if you want an easy job, figure out how to use AI, because people are going to want to hire you to do stuff with AI.
Absolutely.
And the biggest one in the film industry sounds like it's going to be like in VFX, knowing how to do the code for VFX for prompt generating. That seems like it's going to be
What is VFX?
like visual effects, like
okay,
CGI
yeah.
and things like that. But
They have voice cloners too, where they can literally, I can put in an entire episode of this podcast.
Are you serious?
Yes, and I can have them select your voice, and then I can type in anything and make it talk like it's you. It's wild.
That could be misinformation.
can
no?
that be a bonus episode? Maybe
Ah,
pull this clip
yeah.
and then put
Yeah.
it in there.
That could be very fun. And then I could do a little AI, make it look like you're saying it, and your eyes will be all fucking weird.
People
because
were-
AI can't get
There were
that
a couple
part.
of people already on our Patreon that you did an AI version of me, just a visual, and they liked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, that kind of stuff. I think. I mean, especially for me, who's like creating extra content for this podcast and stuff.
It's fun for you.
It's fun, and also like I did like I put in a little thing of what guided meditation was, and I said create a 1 page for guided meditation, so I could, we could pitch it or whatever.
and did it?
It did it. Yeah, it does.
Was it good?
I mean, for a 1 page, it's just like just a little short
Yeah.
summary.
Yeah.
And then I could go through, copy, paste, and then I can edit it where it's screwed up. But
Right.
stuff like that, or if you want to write a script or something, you could basically put in a couple of things. It'll shit out a script that's, half garbage. But then
By
you
the
go
way-
through and edit it.
By the way, just hearing this stuff, and I'm just getting into this now more because my original attitude was like, oh, fuck this shit. I don't want to get involved in this. But then after watching my friends say, you gotta check it out, you gotta get involved, I was like, yeah, he's right. So I want to get involved. But it seems to me that this, somewhat like GPS now, nobody knows where they're going without it. I don't know if AI can do so much, it may take away our abilities to do a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because we're just going to go to AI.
Singularity. This is the singularity. We're just going to be part of the AI. It's going to be guiding everything we do.
Could it be a benign singularity? See, because I don't want to wake up one day, and this is what I think is coming. I wake up one day and a fucking weird tentacle, but it's a machine creature, has a gun in my mouth. It's got its dick in my ear, and whatever the alien, whatever the machine dick is, it's got a gun in my mouth, a dick in my ear, and it's like tasing me with a green fluid, like waking up like that,
Right.
and it's telling me, not asking me, to just lick the fucking floor for its amusement. No, and I mean it, and I'll tell you why that may happen, is because apparently what this AI does is from what I'm seeing, is it copies us like a Wes Anderson trailer.
Yeah.
It copies us, and it then adds on to that. You say, and you guys say, it's going to get better. And we have been so horrific to each other, just genocides, wars, and it's going to see that, and that's going to be in its quote unquote intelligence.
Yeah. I'm sure it already is. Yeah.
And it's going to say, oh, maybe I'll make Pepitone, into I'm going to treat him, a bestiality type thing.
By the way,
like we are beasts to the machines,
Yeah.
so we become the sheep that get fucked
We're
in.
going to be enslaved by the AI, maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah.
Gun in My Mouth,
Yeah.
Dick in My Ear is actually the title for a new short film I'm working on.
You have a lot of titles.
It reminded
love
me of
them.
your bit about the piece of broccoli that comes to your door.
Yes. Yes, and that was a great bit that didn't get much traction out there in the heartland. It was where I said, genetic modified, well, GMOs, genetically modified organisms.
Yes.
And they were making vegetables, and I forget how they can kill you.
Right. Yeah.
But I was saying, imagine if we keep doing this genetic modified vegetables, and all of a sudden, broccoli, let's say, or carrots become sentient, and you get a rogue carrot. And it was also kind of tied into Trump, the orange, the carrot, when Trump was. It was a terrific bit on many levels that didn't gain that much traction in the heartland.
I thought it was going to launch you. That was the best.
I thought it was finally gonna get me something.
How you doing? And he goes, nah, I really feel there's a lot of traction on this broccoli bit, and I think this is gonna be it. I'm like, just the one bit. He said, yeah, you should see it.
Well, now we got to get it. AI needs to be. You got to get on that right now. That train for your stand up. Yeah, I feel like if we're gonna.
Well, yeah, I talk about the singularity, and I think it is funny that I say I'm going to make robots my bitches.
Yeah.
You better watch out, though.
Like, I'm not afraid of it at all.
Yeah.
And that could come back to haunt me when these people go through my act, and I mean the machines and the AI. I'm just not sure what the AI... It's wild. I'm just not sure exactly what the AI intelligence is.
Well, you want to be careful what you say about the AI because you think maybe in 10 years or 5-10 years, it's gonna come down on you. And think of you as an
sort of like Judd Apatow. Like, you gotta watch what you say about a guy like him. He's got a lot of power. Judd Apatow, who is a nice guy, I've met Judd, very nice guy, doesn't put me in anything because he'd rather, like everybody else in Hollywood, give Pete Davidson more work.
Well, people are clamoring for old Davidson.
By the way, Pete, if you're listening, your Taco Bell campaign really makes you look good. It really does. Really does. I just want you to know that.
Well, he's from Staten Island, so you guys share that in common.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, I didn't get a hint of that Staten Island movie. Anything involving Staten Island. He's also doing something now called Bupkis. You think I could have played an uncle?
He's also half Jewish, half Italian.
No fucking way.
True, yeah.
Wow.
The only difference between me and Davidson is that he has fucked Kim Kardashian, and I have not.
That's it. That's the only difference.
That's it.
Because I wouldn't want to. I've had Kardashian, hassle me and stalk me, Hey, fat fuck!
And you're talking about Robert Kardashian.
Oh, right. That's the lawyer.
Yeah.
Was he the lawyer in the OJ case?
Yeah. That was David Schwimmer played him in the show.
David
The
Schwimmer.
OJ.
I met David Schwimmer once on the street, and he had no interest in me.
What was the context of the meeting?
I'll be name dropping if I say it, but
Okay.
I was hanging out with Ben Stiller.
Wow.
And they knew each other. It had nothing to do with me, really. But Ben said, "Hey, Eddie," and I was like, "Hey, David."
Barely looked at you.
No, he looked at me.
Okay.
He was nice. He was fine.
Right.
You know how it is. I mean,
Yeah.
You meet these people. God, it's so sad. I hope AI destroys the whole system.
Well, the only good thing about AI, I think, is maybe it'll kill the idea of celebrity. That's the one thing.
In what way?
Well, maybe AI maybe they'll get rid of the movie star. Maybe the movie star won't be as. This is also really depressing because it'll also get rid of actors entirely. So that's not a good thing.
As long as I think comedians, that's the one saving grace. I think comedians will always have a place, But here's the thing. I said this the other night in a set I did, and folks, the fact that you're not seeing my sets on the road, I do post a bunch of these. If you become a Patreon member, I post a bunch of my sets in these little theaters I'm working stuff out. And one thing I was talking about was the writer strike is going on now. And I'm like, I roll down my windows passing the striking writers, and I yell, "Fuck yourselves! You never put me in anything."
I feel you, buddy. I feel you big time. By the way, I think this is what this podcast should be.
What?
Vague interactions with celebrities. And
Vague?
Vague interactions with
Yeah.
celebrities and your negative feelings about them. I think we could
Yeah.
get a big pop. It'd be like, Pete Davidson can go fuck himself.
Yeah.
And that's
And I want to say this to the celebrities out there. Look, this is a jokey, funny podcast. Do I really mean what I am saying? Perhaps, but I would love the work. I may be a benefit to you. I can guarantee you I'm funnier than you. I can guarantee that. Okay? That is something you can take to the bank. Yes, my health is deteriorating. And that may affect my funniness. Look, I don't know if people can see this. I tore a tendon in my finger. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Crookedness?
Yeah.
I went to
Oh.
the sports medicine guy. He said, well, you definitely tore a tendon, whether it's partial or a complete tear, we don't know. Put a splint on it. I said, okay, you didn't have a splint. We don't have any more. By the way, this is what our society...
It's just
I'm in a sports medicine doctor, one of the top doctors in LA. Yeah, we ran out of splints, so just go to a CVS.
House of Cards now.
Yeah.
House of Cards, which was a great little series, yeah?
Yeah, great.
Kevin
Well,
Spacey,
Kevin
though...
Spacey, not good. Not a good person, we found out.
I always watched the original Brit version. It was so amazing. Also, The Office with Ricky Gervais, so amazing. The American Office, not so good.
American Office was good, I thought, until maybe like the last few seasons. I thought
Just the last few.
Yeah, but it started off pretty good, I thought.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think Carell is amazing.
Yeah.
He is
Carell's
amazing.
He
great.
could do fucking anything,
Oh
that
my
guy.
God,
I mean,
yeah.
serious
Now
stuff.
we only do serious stuff, it seems like.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that's because comedians get sick of being fun. They really do.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I, in my sets, I intersperse tremendous tragedy.
That's right.
We wanna fulfill both sides of our nature, and our nature is tragic and comic.
Do you think you want, in the later years of your career, Eddie, do you want to do more dramatic roles? Is that what you would like to do?
Yeah, I would love to do that. Yeah, like just a guy who's like staring at an ocean. No, I'm staring. Did I ever finish that short that film I wanted to do? No, I never fucking the video pitch,
No, I don't think so.
which is my idea for a short film. I don't think we ever finished
Oh,
this.
this is your idea for the short film? No, we didn't.
Okay, folks, this is my and
Yeah.
we're gonna end the podcast on this, and then we're gonna do another one.
Holy
Steve is gonna
smokes.
join us again. Because we're already almost an hour. But
Your
here's
next
my...
one's going to be a lot more laughs.
No, I think we should
How
continue
dare
the
you.
chat. I think we should continue this fucking chat on AI.
On
because
AI? Continue the chat on AI?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But here's the thing. And by the way, we want emails at, what is it, Kev?
EddiePepPodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and Patreon members chime in on all this stuff.
And we're going to call Judd Apatow in the next episode. We're going to give him a call and get his
That's
opinion
right.
on
And-
AI.
Pete Davidson.
I would love to get Apatow on the pod. I wonder if he would come on.
Yeah, I bet he would. You might have to go to him.
Of course I'd have
Yeah.
to go to him.
I don't think he's coming here, but yeah.
But imagine my first question is, what the fuck, man?
Where are we?
I'm from Staten Island.
Are we in like Tahunga or Sun Valley?
No,
Where are we?
Burbank Airport is the closest landmark, which is great because you can hear the planes coming over.
We can't hear him in the studio,
Thank
but
God.
it is wild that the planes... The plane! What series was that from? ChatGPT? It just throws a laser out.
You just get fried by a laser.
But here's my idea for a short film: is that I get in a horrific car accident, and I go into an intense coma, and I come out of the coma, but the only thing I can talk about, and this is all I talk about, and then go back into the coma, like I come out and go back in, is sellout actors who do commercials. And they don't have to. Like I'll just wake up and go, why is Will Arnett doing Geico? Why is John Hamm doing another thing? And then they don't need it. Who is advising them? And then I go back into the coma. And all of the people around me, my friends and family, are like, why Is he only talking about Will Arnett?
Brian Cox.
The Brian Cox thing really pisses me off because Brian Cox
Yes.
is an amazing fucking
Incredible
actor.
One of the best.
He's an amazing actor, and he is stooped to doing Spectrum ads.
The nurse runs into the waiting room. He's awake! He's awake! Everybody come
Brian
in!
Cox is an idiot. He went back.
Okay.
Why is Brian? I loved him in Succession. No, I come back now. No, I'm talking about the fucking Spectrum, and then I go back into unconscious. Wait, you think that might be funny for a short
I love
film?
that. Yeah, that's great.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And use the real names and fuck them.
I think that is the clear line to this podcast exploding. Is talking shit on
names,
celebrities.
yeah.
Name names, get personal.
They couldn't sue me, could they?
No. Didn't that one Kevin Brennan, he's sort of known for going after everybody and
I don't
know.
but naming names, but it wasn't. Like,
It wasn't like that. Like
no.
it was
wasn't-
like
no.
real like shit.
Yeah,
like
real nasty shit. Yeah.
yeah.
Personal
Fuck no, I would never do that. Does he still do that?
I don't know.
Neil Brennan's brother.
Yeah.
Which he would hate me referring to him as that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But that was a thing that for a while he was just naming
For a
comedians
while.
and just saying horrible things about them.
Really?
Well, you do a good job of straddling the truth and humor
Yeah.
to where you're
This is
saying
also-
real
And
stuff.
this is more about them being corporate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
beef. As far as personally, I have no idea. I know John Hamm is a super nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't know Will, and I don't know Brian Cox.
By the way, you also mentioned Seth Meyers.
Yes,
And I will say, this is from what I know, Seth is supposed to be a really nice guy, and
I'm sure he is.
and also I will say his show to me is the best out of all the late night shows.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Why?
I think so. I think it's actually well written and it's relatively funny compared to the other ones, in my opinion.
Does he do sketches?
Just the writing of just the
Or monologue.
Everything is actually in the desk pieces. They're actually not bad. That's all I'm going to say. Give it a shot. Seth Meyers is not terrible. It's not like Stephen Colbert.
But your accusation wasn't that it was bad.
Right.
It was that
yeah.
it was
My thing
safe.
is. Here's my thing. Is that
It is.
here's my thing. I get it that they're giving these guys a lot of money. They already have a lot of money. That's one thing. Here's the other thing. To me, and I don't care about anybody else, but to me, it fucking undermines their credibility as comedians or actors.
Right.
Samuel Jackson, too. I mean, Capital One. I mean, you can't play both sides because all the actors, comedians, are 99% of the time, I think, progressive as far as their public persona about about issues, social issues.
Yeah.
You can't play both sides being a shill
Yeah.
for corporations that are fucking killing us
Yeah,
all.
I agree with that. Oh, for sure. 100%. I agree.
And nobody calls them out on it.
Yeah, they should get called
But this cowboy.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I think, no, Seth Meyers should get called out for that, but I don't think
Verizon. And they're so unfunny. Like, what I hate about the commercials today, and we're going to end it because we gotta talk to a machine.
Your exhale was.
I got to talk to my ex. It'd be funny if humans get to the point where I got to talk to my ex. It's a coffee maker that I got involved with, a smart coffee maker.
We got a sex robot, Jenna Jameson, AI robot over here.
Ooh. Also does great frappuccino.
Yeah, right. There may be some good things to this, and you just mentioned one. If your no, I mean it. If your sexual needs can be fulfilled,
Or if you're like intensely lonely or something like that, you know.
all right. We don't have to get personal with me right now. I hate that when it turns on me in the guise of, oh, here's a good conversation piece.
Yeah.
It's always cloaked
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
You know, if you're real lonely, real sad,
Yeah.
you just don't.
No, I cut
that.
that off. Because Steve knows me well. All right. right,
Let's
Kev.
do it, folks. If you enjoy the pod, please go over to iTunes or wherever you listen to the pod. Leave us a 5-star review. Let us know what you think. If you want to reach out to us personally, go to eddiepeppodcast@gmail.com and send us a little note about how you enjoy the podcast. Feel free to vent on there. Do whatever you want. We love the communication. Also, patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone. You can get this podcast the day it comes out on video, and you can get exclusive stand-up clips from Eddie. I think we got 4 up there so
Whoa,
far.
the hot tub one was incredible.
Hot tub one's fantastic.
We'll be soon.
We need money, folks. Bread and circuses are the levels, okay? Bread, I believe, is the 20.
5.
5.
All right, you know what I mean. Bread is 5, circuses is 20. We just had a circus member today join. I think it was Emmett Kelly, a famous clown in the circus. You don't have to be. You don't have to be part of the circus.
Yes, that is a big misconception that a lot of our people
We have a lot
think.
of bearded women in the circus category.
But you don't have to be a bearded woman to join the circus.
You don't.
If you just love the pod and you want to support, you don't have to have a beard or any sort of
And I
physical
don't mean
deformities.
beard as that downstairs hair. I mean a bearded woman like they used to have in the circus where they had actual
Absolutely.
facial hair.
That's right.
Can you
That's
be a
right.
bearded child and still be a...
They've had
100%.
those too. That's a circus before. God, by the way, I did see, I think you're the one who recommended Nightmare Alley
Oh, yeah, that was great.
about the freaks.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's a
great.
good one. Yeah, really.
Who was the director?
That was Guillermo del Toro.
He is
He's
a
a-
sick fuck.
He's
Yeah.
great. I love.
I think that would be hilarious to see a sick fuck and a great. He's a talented sick fuck. What I mean by that, and by sick fuck, it's nothing but a compliment. Meaning his movies are such a deep dive into the unconscious.
Yeah.
And I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Please, if you get a chance, check out Pan's Labyrinth, and you'll ruin a
Amazing.
nice weekend. But imagine if Del Toro was like shilling for Spectrum. Hello, I am Guillermo del Toro.
You know who hasn't done a lot of commercials? I don't think it's Pacino.
He hasn't done any.
Right? I don't think he's done any, huh?
No, De Niro. Has
Yeah.
De Niro done any? He'll.
I don't know. That you gotta double check. He's done a lot of bad movies in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
But
That's very true. That is so true. And Bobby, if you're listening, I loved you in Mean Streets. Godfather, I just rewatched Casino.
he's in the new Sebastian Maniscalco movie. We don't know if it's good or bad. I'm just
There's a
putting it out
Sebastian
there.
Maniscalco movie?
He plays his father.
Holy shit.
That's
Really?
right.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
for Sebastian.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big.
Good for, and by the way Kevin said that is the way I feel too. Good. Like if you analyze that with any kind of AI, where he goes, oh, good for Sebastian. There was so much angst and hardship.
I'll tell you, Eddie. Anytime anybody gets anything and it's not you, I'm fucking pissed. I'm pissed every time I see anything.
But Sebastian now is reaching this level of like, oh yeah, there's a new movie with De Niro.
What does
He's huge.
Sebastian AI sound like? That's what I want.
We'll find out. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside.